Yeah, lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, it's a rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my lover, finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me. Think with your heart, don't think with your body. Clever. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately, I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna lead a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead.
Good night, everybody. Tuesday night. What is it? The first Tuesday in September. Reese, how you doing? How's it
I go
looking?
there. I go there, can't complain. Everything running good, you know what I mean? Okay, now with you.
Same kind of thing. A lot of sports taking place. I am not gonna be watching the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots anymore. I don't want
Why?
anybody. I don't have. Reese, I have watched 2 games in St. Kitts, and after 15 overs, the visiting team got 175. Each
I
time,
mean,
175 runs, Reese.
I
What me
mean, I
supposed to
think,
do it?
but
You see that?
what is the breakdown? Because I see Evan Lewis bringing 100. I see Kyle Mills had a good 90 yard. So them man score. So what's the breakdown in the team?
Both times the team has scored over 200 runs. Huh? It has not been enough runs. If they've been scored 275, they would have been been looking solid each time.
Mm.
And that is not good enough. I ain't stressing out myself with that no more. Watch out. Even me, I start to complain like a Nevis people. Come me there, me and say, what the difference between them and Jane Carmichael? What the difference between them and Kessie? I don't see what the difference is with these people.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
So I went to see.
you one of them who feel like if you're gonna lose, you should lose with your own people. Cause I hear somebody say that too.
Um, I feel, me just feel like Kessie good enough in general. When me look at the standard of this cricket here, you can't tell me that these men are so much better than them man. at this thing. I refuse to believe.
Feel
That's
you.
my position on the matter. But I ain't
Feel you.
watching them man no more. I got enough stress in my life outside of these man. So, you know, I'm gonna let them have this. I gonna deal with Real Madrid and then your Champions League farmer.
Okay. I mean, the games ain't look bad. I just feel like we don't make a lot of mistakes in the field, and there'll be concocted mistakes. That's what I feel.
Um the one thing that I would say that I appreciate about the CPL so far is I complain during the World Cup and I say, if only Sinkits been get some game, oh my God, these batsmen would have feel good about their life. If only Sinkits was, and not only that, people would have got to the game. People would have actually got to the game, and when you look at the CPL so far, one team make 250. As I tell you, Patriots make 200 both times. The next team make 200 both times. When you cannot convince me that batsman ain't one go out, go bat in a one park. What? What you telling me? It was a mistake by the government not to bid for the CPL. I'm telling you, them jokey game in a New York, what get unsatisfactory rating. St. Vincent get word from me. Antigua, Barbados. No, escape. That's where you want to go play 2020. You try to lie.
So
Okay,
let me, let me, let me, let me ask you a question. We look at the pitch and the pitch conditions, right? And
mhm.
like you alluded to, it's a batsman's paradise in a sense. A team like India, where you think a team like India at full track would have been putting up in 20 overs? You think they'd hit 300?
It's possible. But here's the thing that you need to understand also. People have bowl good spells. Right down there in the same one apart there. Both fast bowlers and spin bowlers. But if you can't get it straight, you will be disappearing out of the park, and it's a small park and the breeze a blow.
It's
What?
a small part. It's
Yeah.
a small part. It's a small part. It's a small part.
But
Not take that
watch
from
it.
them.
Listen, don't me not say so in a kind of negative manner. Because when you look at what them man does be playing at in the IPL, when you look at Antigua and all them other grounds there, and that smaller in comparison. It's about the same size as most of them. Really and truly when you look at it.
Yeah.
None of these are extremely big. But I'm telling you, it's not just about the fact of the size of the ground, you know. It's also the fact that the ball is coming on to the bat in a manner where when you could hear it through the TV when a man connect clean and you hear them man and say, what? That the guy and you ain't getting the same thing everywhere. St. Lucia gonna get that.
Yeah.
Saint, yeah, St. Lucia gonna get that. But you're not gonna hear that kind of sweet sound there. And then also the people and them a jump up and a laugh after each other. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's part of the thing at all moments in time.
No man, I like the little bit that I see so far, man. I understand that we lose, but I like the little bit that we see so far. Can't complain about it. I mean, I see some young cricketers I never hear about them, and so the one youth from Antigua, the one youth Andrews, I see he had a couple good knocks. You know what I mean? So I see the boy Lewis from St. Kitts had a good knock too. So I mean, it gives some people an opportunity to show their talent.
Um, I was very impressed with Lewis, man, in the half century. I ain't gonna tell you, like, I see a couple of shots in there, and I was like, what? You got that there too? So, yeah. it was a respectable performance. Um, the Patriots as a team is ass. However, it is important that he continue and make something because West Indies team is not ultimate right now, and he got a World Cup coming up. He always got a World Cup coming up. Money is in there, so them have to get on that for sure.
Mm.
Um. Okay, Reese. A little bit of politics now. Let me get to the politics. The voice of the people is the voice of God. I'm sure you're unaware, as most people would be. This is a lot of you got to listen and out and blah blah blah. But we're going to cut you all in because the premier, and I'm gonna give him respect for the consistency. He came and he gave like a small little financial snapshot. Let us know halfway through the year how this thing looking. Okay, I need it to know for August. Tourism is up 16% in August over last year and 6% overall. Um, revenue, total revenue is up 10%. Tax revenue, oh, them man catching people. Tax revenue is up. Them man happy about that. Recurrent revenue is up. Non-tax revenue is up. Import duty. Um, what in company name? What they bring in things? Yeah, them man doing it. Import duty up. Custom service charge up. VAT is down. And I feel like that makes sense, guy. If people are bringing in things, but they ain't got to buy gas supermarket for, gas store for. Um, corporate income taxes down. Okay, okay. Let me get to the real story. Yes, so we got surplus everywhere. We have been spending less money than we need to spend by I think 0 point something percent, but it less still, even if it's by a dollar. And we're making more money than we did. At the same time, the deficit has still gone up throughout that period of time. The concerning aspect for me is in the capital expenditure. We have saved 0.91%. Okay, I'm gonna get the premium whole percent. We save 1%, but nothing do on the hospital yet. We not had nothing on the airport yet. We not had no major nothing. Well, I can't say no major nothing. You have to give me information. You already know some. There's desalination, which has already started, and it also had water drilling. If I be a surplus in everything and the deficit done gone up and no major capital expenditure, is this a win race?
Is it that win? We still got to hold on. This is what the rest of the year look like. Your money there. You know you gotta see the money spent. Because if everything is coming in, then at some point the money got to go out. So we got to see how the money spent.
But when we understand how much is gonna be there to spend, and as I tell you, even though the rubber cash there, because this is the important thing to it. the premier talk about like the recurrent revenue, which is actually the cash for it. But he really left out like what the total capital circumstances. The hospital is a major expenditure, you know. The
I
airport
agree.
is a major expenditure. Like sometimes like like you got $100, but why be you could go buy something where it costs 80 something dollars, and your $100 basically done. Ah, you could go buy something what costs $25. The same thing, man. But they wrap up in a two different paper. What me I try to tell you is he option, no care how you look at it, he $100 I got that. And he got multiple things to do with the $100. Um I feel like right now, there's a push on the pages talking about I think we're up 60 something percent as far as people who arrive during the month of August, which is Culturama. And then we're up at the airport again, some kind of another percentage. Me feel like them they ultimately gonna hurt the premier, my boy.
Why?
Be- Because them they ain't real. All year going on and you not tell me nothing about no percentage going up, but then you gonna pick out Culturama. The month when we know we got something we're gonna inflate this thing. If it's 1 month when people gonna reach an Nevis, it gonna be August. So why you gonna highlight that there ultimately
Okay,
when you when you gonna
me no
expose
feel so.
yourself afterwards? What?
Me no feeling hot. See, here's the thing, right? You feel that people looking at it that way. Me no feel people watch it that way. Me
How
no feel people
people are
watch it that
watching?
way. Me no feel
People
that
from
people
the
are
house.
actually me no feel people actually analyze this information. I think what them man to do is, as we all know, election can come wrong and somebody get some free money and the votes gonna come in, and that won't happen.
So this thing gonna be okay. Cause listen, I've been talking about this thing too, you know. A certain part of the election is vibes. You gonna come down to vibes. And okay, well I'll be a talk about that, right? Let me talk about it. I feel like the NRP is the Democrat Party, and I feel like CCM is the Republican Party. You believe so? You see where I'm coming from?
I see the parallel. I see the parallel.
Let me show you how. NRP will come out and say, um, this man working in the NIA and still working in the federal government. Conflict of interest. You get to pay. This is that. That's like I think what a Democrat gonna say. They're gonna try to come with a principle. You check? And then here comes the Republican now. If me work the job, me not supposed to get to pay. Them man gonna just own it. Them man gonna just own it. Wherever you wanna say, go ahead. But I owning it. And I ain't gonna do what I got to go do with. If the last say I could do it, I ain't gonna do it. Why I wanna do it, I go change the law. I feel like that is what does be taking place with the politics right now in I think it's an areas.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. But I tell her when I watch politics, I had to watch that kind of thing, I analyze that kind of thing. People not analyze the regular civilian who gonna be voting is not looking at all of this. Eh? The man is looking for the last 2 weeks before the election. What going on? They might, this 5 years, no matter to the regular civilian, 2 weeks before
No,
the election, from the bell ring until election day. That's all that matter.
Reese, I disagree with you. I
Okay.
disagree with you. No, no, when me I tell you that I feel like a lot of the voting is vibes based, right? I feel like what me I try to say is like your charisma still matters in whatever information, whatever vision you're trying to get the people and them to buy into at the end of the day. This thing ain't just gonna be about you having this wonderful plan, you seeing what the problems being at the country. You still gonna have to deliver this thing in some kind of way that what the people then go say, but the man make me feel a little hope, you know? You know what I mean? The man make me feel like I say, yeah, there is a alternative where I could have seen myself doing this thing. Me feel like that. That what me mean by you gotta get in a little bit of risk in the thing. But me not think that it just come down to that the way you say about the money part.
Me feel the only thing that matter in an election within, especially in Nevis, is the last 2 weeks to a month before election. That don't matter. Because everything that happened year 2 and year 3, by the time election time come on, we gonna forget it. And if we ain't forget it, we hear it so much that we tired of hearing it, we don't want to hear what it no more.
So based upon that day, you telling me you ain't got to be campaigning before to unless it's 2 weeks before election. You not got to take
The
your
camp
campaign serious.
no, the campaign also like the campaign also like
Okay.
you can't, yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna campaign, you're gonna be on a diet when you're campaigning. The campaign also like
Okay. So here's my issue now, sir. Here's my issue now. Let me shift it over to the NRP party, right? Wait, and let me say something before I say this thing. CCM does do politics every day, so I kind of disagree with you, and I feel like if CCM is ever to lose election, CCM can be like um them man gonna be like Islamic in terms of how them man gonna do politics. Them man gonna do politics one time in the morning, them man gonna saddle to the east. Them man gonna do politics in the afternoon, saddle to the east. Them man gonna do the another one in the evening. Politics gonna be all the time. So I do feel like you know the politics. What me I say now is I've been listening to the NRP, listening to Dr. Joe. I said something tonight. I say I don't feel like Dr. Joe is good at politics. But me not hear no politics um from NRP. What me feel like is advancing. But you will tell me that this no matter. So my question to you is: does what NRP saying right now as opposition matter?
here's the thing. What NRP say right now is opposition election is not for the next 3 years, 4 years,
Three, three
three and
and
a
a
half,
half years.
three
Three
and a
and a
half.
half years.
By the time the voting season is actually here, the message is gonna be drawn out, and people gonna get tired of hearing the message. So unless you're gonna find a new way to wrap up the same present and deliver it again, people gonna get tired of hearing the same message over and over. And that's why you ultimately come down to. It's only so much that you want to tell me that Mark got 2 jobs. I mean, no Mark got 2 jobs. How much better you want to tell me so? We know this. Don't say you want to tell me so. So they got to
Okay.
find a way to deliver it in another way.
Okay. As you speak about that, right, I want to ask you how this sound as a possible alternative. Okay. Recently, the premier made some comments about his inability as the premier. to exercise certain rights over the security forces, the police in Nevis. He said he cannot give
Okay.
them any order that is contrary to what the Prime Minister would have given them. It sounds sensible, but is also limiting in certain circumstances. Um, as the leader of the opposition, and also uh, uniquely from Nevis, and also as the Premier, do you think that the Premier should have been advocating on behalf of expanded powers for the Premier? And is his failure to do so one of the ways where you could show actively that the Premier is failing in his duties as a leader of
I'll
opposition? Speak
I'll
to me.
I'll I'll, I'll tell you why I disagree with that. The reason why I
Go ahead.
disagree with that is because we're gonna have to. You're not gonna need changes made in the constitution. You know what we are now? Nobody wants to
In
touch the
terms of
constitution. Because remember now, the power of national security
uh,
lies with the prime minister. So if
mhm.
we're not going to go in within the constitution, which is that's stated in the constitution that national security is with the prime minister. If we're not going to go in and amend it and put it into writing the correct way, then it's never going to go further. You know what gonna happen? No matter who in there, nobody want to touch the constitution, so that will never happen.
Could I slightly suggest something? Do you know that there's a national security act?
Yeah, but you really think they would go to that?
Okay. Well, I mean, when if we're speaking about reasonable alternatives and you are suggesting to me that they would not touch the constitution, I will just tell you that as the minister of national security, you would have broad powers, including the power to delegate responsibility where you see fit, and to amend that same national security act there to do what you need to do without changing anything in the constitution.
All right, let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
The prime minister is voted on by only criticians. You think the sink its
That's not
voters?
that's not entirely true. The prime minister could be an division. Remember Van Samry had a chance and he said, "I'm here staying on your job."
Okay,
Yeah, so
then
it's not
but
like
let's just say then let's just say from how it's been going, the prime minister is usually different sinkers, right? Voted on by
yes,
criticians. You
that's right.
think any you think any critician will vote for a prime minister who's going to go up are going to make any amendments to national security? I can give any power to neighbors. That's career suicide. Eh?
Um,
That's career suicide.
um. So if you do it in such a way that Nevis have to pay for it, isn't that reasonable? A reasonable concession?
As reasonable as it may
Listen.
be, just the fact that you're giving up anything is career suicide. Anything that you give up is going to be looked at as career suicide. I can't see why they come back from that.
Um, I don't understand why that would be career suicide to allow the people of, and first of all, well, listen, here what I'm gonna say. I accept all that you have said, sir, and you have given me the proper perspective from the Sinkits angle. I would like to ask you the question again, and I would like you to give me the answer from the Nevis perspective. So let we forget and say, wow, how was Sinkits people reaction on me. I'm saying me from a Nevis and the leader of the opposition in the federal government is from Nevis. The leader happened to be the premier. and the leader would like go get some more power. I'm asking you, is that something he should advocate for? Please.
Uh you know, me think so.
Okay. Well, then here's the thing. Cause, and we're gonna have a lot of this during this discussion. Then he's moaning and bitching and saying, "Well, I can't even say who gonna be in charge of the police station in the Nevis." Then that's loser talk. That's loser talk. We're talking about something what we ain't intend to change or nothing about. We just talking about talking at that moment in time. And if it's that, then it's no problem. I accept that the premier engaged in loser talk. Um, I also heard, as I was listening to the show last evening, um, JD
Go show that.
Kings.
Oh, okay,
Um,
J. Oh,
yeah, this was the NRP show,
okay, okay.
and listen, I have some criticisms of the show. Have you ever watched the show?
Once or twice. I think I watched it once when Rohan was there, and I watched it when Dr. Hadj was there.
Okay, so here's my thing about the show, right? I feel like I feel like Mr. Manners is overqualified to be the host of the show. I feel like Mr. Manners is a star, and I feel like um, Mr. Manners should be and like he should be giving his perspective, and he should be panache talking about politics with somebody rather than just interview. Okay, that's just my perspective. I know that he's doing
Okay.
the hosting. I feel like he overqualified, and I say that because Mr. Manners does talk, and sometimes Mr. Manners got this to play, and you know what I'm saying. Mr. Manners want to have his own show too. So, Mr. Manners, I feel like you need to just go ahead and get your show. 'Cause I know you got things to say. I know you want to talk. So I don't
Mm,
know. Yeah, Mr. Manners just getting sometimes he don't get in the way again.
okay.
And when you are attempting to project, as I say, a vision, a charismatic vision, to the people, I feel like that would tend to get in the way of the thing. Let me lie, NLP. Let me lie in for a secret. There's a reason why Andy Mark is just Mark. He want your check. When people need backup, then you're gonna find Will Chai and Mr. Brown and you know what I'm saying? Them are gonna want like somebody to bounce something off. And that is nothing that like me too. Yeah. And I'm just there bang me more. Me want the premier letting you to know 2 hours every week he could be there and he could talk to himself. And every now and again, somebody call him. Blow a little smoke. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Well, sorry. So it is issues. Um JD was on the show. Um when I talk about loser talk, right? Yeah, I got to introduce her to somebody in your term. Loser talk. If you hear somebody talk about them cheat me, everybody know them cheat me. Um, in a fear, them kind of thing there, in my estimation, no care what variation, no care how I want to slice it, that's loser talk. Me wish them man only could have give me a little more power. Loser talk. Whether it's the premier or JD or whoever. And in this particular case, she was still talking about when they do what they do. who win the last election. Me don't know why he didn't know mine. Well, they didn't tell her that I didn't feel like there should be any case, but whatever. But you agree? Do you agree that the premier was engaging in loser talk? By the way, if he just complaining about this thing, and you're now saying that he shouldn't.
I don't know if it's lose attack. I just letting people know that this is what's going on. When he said it, did he say it in terms of a
But he
rant?
don't.
Was it a rant? Was it just an explanation?
Um, in my estimation, it was around.
Okay, well, if it's a rant, then
He,
that could be considered
he,
lose
he,
attack. If it's an explanation, is different. But a rant, then I could see
he
that.
was expressing his frustration and his inability to have what seemed to me, mind you, because you say he shouldn't ask them. It seems to me like the premier should
Mm.
have a hand in the defense of his country. I feel like we, especially me and you, have been not really know nothing about 1967. But one of the reasons why Angola decided they're done with this thing is because they've been wanting to defend themselves. If we do not have this desire to defend ourselves, well, I mean, people still have under sink it as long as I feel like, and say it's national security. But w- it seems to me that is a reasonable request for the premier to get some say over some of these national security matters as far as needless, and for there to be coordination between the Nevis personnel and the Sinkits personnel. Um, with regards to even like keeping events in a Navy Suisse, sometimes you ain't in control of these things, my boy. You can't get to do all of these simple things. As me say, you can't pick who is in charge in a Navy. Them man just assign people for you. That's not a reasonable request.
See, me look at it different, eh? And you know, me look at it
Exactly.
different is everybody from Nevis has had the opportunity to lead, both NRP and CCM. Everybody in Sinkis has had the opportunity to lead. PAM, Labour, and PLP. Everybody had the chance to lead. Nobody wanted to make the necessary changes. So because nobody wanted to make the necessary changes, me not feel no about it. Because
I
everybody had a chance to make the changes and everybody decided them nah make the changes, so me not feel no about it.
and,
That's why when people complain about
and
cheating, me not listen to them.
no, but watch out. Listen, I accept everything what you say now, but I still would like you to answer the question. Is it reasonable for the premier of a country to have some say in how that country, how in the how the country is policed?
No, me
Is
feel if you
that a
wanna say we
reasonable
should
request?
no, me feel if you wanna say we should have succeeded, we had the chance. We choose not to. So the fact that you choose not to
So
stick with it.
so
You had
let
the
me ask you a
chance. You had the
question.
chance.
Think
You had
about
the
the fact.
chance.
Think about the fact. Angola is not an independent country, and Angola get to police themselves. You feel like it was reasonable for Angola to request of England the ability to police themselves?
That was the
You think
issue. That was the issue.
I feel in you, but you feel like it right for Angola to ask the mighty England for that power there?
I'm gonna choose to ask. Me see now I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna left her,
You
She
know,
went over and she deal with them.
but I
Problem
like the
is we had
fact
a
that
chance
you.
to leave. We had a chance to leave. Angola left her, Angola not had to go to Dougie and say, Dougie, I go to Tim. Angola say we getting over up on that side. I think I could handle that side better. Angola just say we realize that we can't get through nothing in Sinkers. We had a chance to leave and we're gonna leave. What we talking about? We had an opportunity to run away and we choose not to run away, so don't complain now. What we complaining about? If we
So
feel like
so
we should have do it, when we have the chance, we should have do it.
and once again, I accept everything that you have said. So it,
So my answer is
once
no.
that
I don't feel that the premier should. I don't feel the premier should ask, and I don't feel Sinky should give the power. Both sides. I don't feel none of it should happen. And even if you ask, I don't feel Sinky should give the power.
and his complaining is also not lose at all. That is just explanation.
No, once you ranting,
so, so, so,
once you
so,
ranting,
so you
lose attack.
so
No
so
ranting.
you feel like the only reasonable part of this is as long as he hold his composure and he's just saying, well, this is what the circumstances. As long as he
Let,
do that,
no,
then that is just reasonable.
no, let it out and let it be known and leave it as that. But don't go, oh, I wish I could have, and if I should have, and if I had the opportunity. No, if you when you start doing that, then you got the problem. But say, hey, listen, this is what it is. This is what's in black and white. This is what it is. Forward movement. Yeah, we don't want to hear no arguing and a ranting and a long talking. We don't want, yeah, we don't want that.
Um, with regards to the topic of the 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 conflict of interest, I don't feel like that there is a local election issue. I don't know why they spend so much time talking about all of that. This is with reference to Janice and the same show. And I also feel like they have lost an election. I think Dr. Daly lost an election um, based off that same argument. So I don't know why you would take this line of argument into another election. And every decision has their consequences. And the decision was made, so you got to deal with it. So, but Javon, like, see, what me kind of try to understand with that, right? Suppose I'm in a relationship with a woman, okay? She end up cheat on me, okay? We got a little falling out, but I take her back. She now assault me. Are you telling me that because I text you back, me not gonna rights again in a life? Me can't ask you nothing. The assault illegal now because me text you back. Whoa, what be able? Reason what be because
Um,
you see, your vibes is your vibes is where your thought shut down the conversation as well. I could have gone away, and the fact that we not choose to run away, meaning that we just got to accept everything. So you're telling me that there is no scope to make a reasonable request?
no, me don't feel the request gonna be reasonable. Don't feel it gonna be reasonable. I don't feel it gonna be reasonable, and I can't see it going to even if it's asked. So even if he asks, then he gonna still turn out to be loser time because the answer gonna be 2 weeks from now. Well, I tried and I was not able to do it, and da 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 and da 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 da. But we are one federation. And that. So either way, we're gonna stay the same. We'll stay the same time.
Okay. You feel like when the man been a deal with the civil rights movement and so, the man was sure that it was gonna happen.
No, the man wasn't sure when that happened.
So the man fight for something. The man see a cause, and the
And
man
and and,
figure
and then,
this is, and the man figure this is a righteous cause, and the man figure, well, we gonna put our energy into fighting for this,
mhm.
and we might win, or we might lose, but we gonna fight because this is the right fight.
Yeah.
But in this case, in the same scenario where you ain't see, so this is not a righteous cause at all. You're telling me.
If it's a righteous cause,
Yeah.
is that you see? But here's the thing. I think what it is that you're only looking at it from the newest point of view. You're looking at it on both sides. I remember the first thing I tell you is career suicide if it's done by St. Kitts. So I'm looking at it from that angle as well.
And
So we're gonna go down there
and
and argue the case, and them are
listen,
gonna tell you no. And 2 weeks from now, we're gonna be doing the same thing.
here's where I'm looking at it from a Nevis perspective. You're a U.S. citizen, right? When you're dealing with something, and China involved, what perspective do you look at it from? A U.S. perspective or a Chinese perspective?
The perspective that I have to say would be a US perspective.
No. All what me say is we I dealing with, because you bring up where those vote for prime minister and all of them things. Me a talk about a man who vote in a Nevis. That man there, because politics is local, he looking at it from a local perspective. He want Nevis to move forward. And he want Nevis to move forward within the federation structure too, so that Nevis could contribute. And aim to say that he weighing down the federation, so that he could get prosperity, and that prosperity then reach over in sink its too. So he got to be watching the representatives what he voting for in the same way the Sinkage people and them are looking at the representatives that they're voting for. I'm not taking away from the fact that them now hold them to a standard. But I got to reach to that in the second stage. It's only 2 ways I go watch the federal government. If it's a unity government, it's a coalition government in any aspect, then I'm looking at the government side. Just as much as me watch the opposition, cause it don't had point when Nevis had people in the government and in the opposition. You watch the 2 of them, and you see what taking place. It happened, as I said, with Team Unity there, just recently. But in a circumstances where them man there in the opposition bench, that's all I can watch. I watching them man role in the opposition, and if them man fulfilling the role in the opposition, me can't watch them man role in the opposition from a Sinkit's perspective. How was that?
No, you're valid. You can't watch it from a single perspective. You're valid.
So you understand how come me actually gotta me not trying now where you focus or box you in, you know. But I saying if we could possibly look at it from a Nevis man perspective, is that something what a Nevis man should want?
A newsman should want it.
Is if that's something a Nevis man should want, should the leader of the opposition, being a Nevis man, advocate for that?
No, a newsman should want it. A newsman should be able to go down and say that. Let me ask you a question now. You spoke about loser talk. Not if, but when he doesn't get it and he come back and speak about it, is it considered loser talk again?
No.
Okay.
No, I come to you now. Marcus Garvey ain't get you. He contribute to the fight. Was Marcus Garvey a loser? I'm asking you.
Was Marcus Garvey a loser? I don't think Marcus Garvey was a loser. I don't consider him to be a loser.
But ultimately he never get you what he want to get you.
I'll show the differences between Marcus Garvey and Mark, because of the times that we live in. If let's say, for example, it's seen as a failure, this failure is seen instantly. You don't have to wait until somebody better print a newspaper and you got to go up on a boat and make it to the other corner. No, whatever happened, we instantly know about it. So you know where you could twist it. Whereas in the Marcus
So
Garvey situation, it took a while
so
before the world got around.
so in 2024, the reason not to fight for a cause is because if you lose instantly, I don't know if you are familiar with my GOAT premiere, okay? But my premiere back broad. You check it out. The boss is over in Europe now. Even before he get to enjoy himself, Times Caribbean done put he up on the boat, toes out. You check, enjoying a cappuccino in the Mediterranean. So he ain't gonna be afraid. It is Mark Brantley. You're saying afraid of what? What? Okay, okay. Let me play this out the way how you wanna do. Suppose he go down there, he fight for Nevis people, and he lose. What? What now? I be whole perception that he gonna change. What be gonna say? Omega, he fight to Abby and he lose. That, where's the loss? Where the loss?
You're gonna be right up on this show and you're gonna talk about it. And every other show gonna talk about it. Everybody else gonna run with it. So so that's it, right?
So you're telling me are you going to make fun of Mark Brantley for fighting for Nevis people? Okay. So me make fun of he for the fair share? You ever hear me make fun of the premier for fighting for the fair share? I want you to see something now. You ever hear me make fun? You ever hear me make? You ever hear me make fun of Mark Brantley for fighting for the fair share?
No, but I just tell you, no, I never hear make fun of my bunny for the fair share.
He fighting for the fair share. Hold on. He fighting for the fair share. For instance, the Charlestown Accord. I make fun of the Charlestown Accord and I said that the Charlestown Accord is not in law. Just like how now you been a said they don't want to go down, they go touch nothing. I said that they ain't in law. With regards to the fighting for the fair share for Nevis, you never hear me make no fun of Mark, man. He down there fighting for Nevis people. The Dr. Joe just come out last week and make a ass out of the premiere. And me still ain't went on Facebook and laugh after the premiere. Dr. Joe say they send the thing to the World Bank, and because the head of the World Bank changed, he slowed down the work what be them do in analyzing St. Kitts and Nevis issue. You believe the head of the World Bank changing affect the man's ability to process that paperwork there is?
No, I don't think so.
And seem to you like Dr. Joe Stalin when it come to this fair share thing? Especially when I just tell you what I tell you.
I mean, everybody gonna style you. Who you think gonna give the money?
And up to now, you're telling me, and these are the things what me I try to show you, know. You're telling me though that he going to go fight for Nevis for this. But this is the one. This is the one what I going to laugh after the premiere for, because he going to go fight for Nevis people and he ain't get you.
Well, okay, so let's take you all the way. How many others you think? How many others you think they have that running? Let's take you out of it and let's look at the broader scope. For example, the fair share. How many people we here talk about the fair share?
I love that you mentioned that, because I just don't tell you NRP ain't lose election on this. Isn't it a losing topic? how they ain't lose 3 federal seats and lose 4-1 and 3-2, making the same set of arguments. Now that way be just happen.
They said they lose making the same set of arguments.
They ain't lose making the same. Okay, you say me not laugh after them. You say you okay. So let me talk about tell me and all that kind of shit. So we gonna assume now them they gonna laugh after the premiere when that gets it.
No,
In a losing argument they making.
no, but listen,
So
as they show, any failure of your opponent, you should take advantage of. I think they just got to find a way to navigate it.
my thing what me want you understand is right. If NRP is to laugh after CCM or the premier specifically for fighting for Nevis people, that's that's loser talk. Me try tell you, that's a loser position. Even when you're looking at how NRP supposed to critique CCM in everything they do wrong. How anybody gonna do everything wrong? You go pick out the
Okay.
things and then you go pick out the things and then where you see going wrong and you speak about those and how you would improve them in my estimation. Got it.
No, but so you said that like let's say for example fair share, right? The fair share argument. I think we have seen when the fair share argument became the biggest topic for the NRP for the NRP party. Wasn't it a fight for neighbors? But it was still considered as that. So he ain't want to give nobody no extra ammunition.
You say extra ammunition. He said them might argue against the fair share. They ain't lose Reese.
No, they lose.
You telling me that these things hurting the man and I'll mess the man a journey in a success here. I don't understand what you're telling me, you know, G. It is only last local election is the first time the premier do any kind of bleeding. Last local election. And right now when you watch what's taking place with them, you could see well right now things jumping off. But you're telling me that these are somehow hurting the premier. The things and listen, I'm so glad that the premier not even know the things that were hurting. He could not have a price, but stop saying me disagree with you. The premier the fight for Nevis people on certain circumstances. On certain circumstances. But we just a try to but me glad. He's just a try to get around the conversation. But well, you kind of knocked me out with something. I personally feel like campaigning does matter. I feel like we in this kind of thing because you tell me one and then you still a pull back in the next way. You tell me
Damien.
how things instant right now and social media and you gotta be active. But then on another scale, you tell me it no matter. Not matter till 2 weeks before the election and you better have money.
Yeah, but so okay. The campaigning I was talking about is the heavy duty campaign and the neighborhood canvassing, the going around the community meetings and all them things. Them things don't matter. Social
No,
media is the way that you can interact with everybody. That's what I was speaking about when they talk about the campaigning.
okay.
The meeting, the market
Well,
shop and things like that.
okay. Here what me I try to tell you. I want you stay with me what me I tell you now. I telling you in reference because we speaking about the specific. Me not even talk about tell me. Me don't got me time when me I tell you me I talk about tell me. Me not talk about tell me. Me I talk about it Monday night show. with Mr. Manners.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, I remember I tell you, like, I ain't really understand. He let Mr. Manners is overqualified.
You did say that.
Mm, mm, Mr. Lanny, whoever, really. Mm, mm, What's that, brother? Yeah. Anyway, don't say it. My, picked up on me telling you. And anyway, I was speaking about basically the narrative. You understand? I feel like you as a political party, whether you're in the opposition or you're in the government, you all got your narratives out there. Okay? When I look at the concerned citizens movement narrative, the narrative is the ship is smoothly sailing smoothly. You understand? And is a up check mark right now. So you're seeing tourism up, you're seeing arrivals at the airport up, them kind of thing that them man are try to show um
Some kind of
things
progress.
yeah, them man are try to show prosperity. That's the message I'm getting from the concerned citizens. Okay? What I'm getting from the NRP, which is what I'm concerned about, is even I heard JD. Listen, JD got some lines. JD call Brand what? Minister of Planting. Mr. Planting, something kind like so, and she had like couple bars, right? But my vibe is JD is telling me all of the problems. And me guy, lovely indeed. JD now give me the solve ultimately. How are we gonna solve? Um and how is this solve gonna translate once again to prosperity, to improve social well-being, to cost a living, something like that. So, you understand? How is this alternative gonna be fantastic? And by the way, guys, Missy, anyway, let me stop. But Reese, that's my issue. But you tell me in a matter.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let's use Minister of Planting.
Yeah.
Wait time election road dog in 3 years and 6 months. How much impact you think the Minister of Planting then can have? Because what do we do prior to an
No,
election? We
but
try to clean up
Reese,
all the mistakes,
listen.
right?
Ultimately, this is what I'm saying to you, which is no, we're coming down to the real conversation. When we reach to these things, right? Because I'm using some terms when me in a some chat. When me talk about politician, I talk about aesthetics. If you hear a politician and say, that don't look good, look how they got the place also. Aesthetics. Even when them a try to talk about how the premier living his best life right now. That's aesthetics talk. You ain't going to go win no election pan aesthetics. You will never win an election pan aesthetics in no kind of scenario in my mind. So I need you to understand, me and you, right there pan the ball. That's what make me say, we ain't coming to no solve for the ultimate problems. Big example, we right now everybody know we're talking about the schools. And the fact that the schools and them ain't ready to go. One of the key words that I have not heard any NRP politician say with regards to them being on the media and shows and so is priorities. And is because listen, me not say that I and say that the money could have been allocated to other things, you know. But the fact is that there has not been a key word to tie everything together. So that is the pivot word. That is the narrative. And there hasn't been solid alternatives put out to say, well, oh, Lanny Spring? Oh, please do, sir. Please do. Um, anyway, so me not see no narrative out there capturing these things. It seems to be complaining. And well, what me I say is lose attack. You tell me ain't lose attack. But it seems to me that all of them things that to me when it come down to we talking about aesthetics, we in the vein of a lose attack, eh? Cause them there is only bars. Here's where the Mr. Planting thing really supposed to come in, right? That there is the ways now, so that you could say what you really got to say. So you say the thing on them kind of like, you know what I mean, the laugh, they understand the Mr. Planting thing. I got them a listen now. So let me put it in my policy.
Okay,
You understand
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? That's the
So
ways.
you're saying
That's it.
you're gonna use it as an attention grabber. So you're gonna pull
That's
people
it.
in with that, and then you deliver.
But
Okay, I can see
ain't
that.
no way you're gonna be winning an election pan aesthetics and harm reduction. Look how much damage them there do to this. No, nobody gonna vote for you upon that. How why be you gonna go do? We're gonna be an alternative, well, an attractive alternative to YB. Them man I don't know. No keep on and say, bah, them man I do this here and this here wrong. Bah, them man I do this here and this here wrong. Listen, I be don't see a choppiness them man I do. Listen, and this is what them man need to do. And I need to encourage them man to thief our ideas. Because at the end of the day, when them man don't thief our ideas, the next lyrics will be I use for them I say, well, if them man a thief them from me all the time, it makes sense. Let me go do the work. Not even they gonna complain. Cause what they gonna do, thief that they too? In my estimation, it is.
I like,
And
I like that.
I apologize. I apologize for the damage I have done to your NRP supporters. As I don't see the man say, I got to buy. They got to buy the show.
But whoever that individual was, Javon, yeah, but again, like we got we got
No,
three.
Javan, me not disagree with that there. Right now, I feel like the blue Kool-Aid, the weakest I ever see the blue Kool-Aid right now. Me try to tell you. Right now is the weakest I ever see the blue Kool-Aid. And maybe until a couple of years ago is the strongest me ever see the blue Kool-Aid. The bluest Kool-Aid me ever see in my life, 2020. And since that, the man started to show some coconut water in the Kool-Aid according.
Or
The Kool-Aid.
somebody say election will be in January 2025.
No,
Me no see that, eh? Me no see that
no,
one coming. Me no see no reason to call no election already for no party.
no.
Matter of fact, I feel everybody need to apply for an extension from now. Yeah. Sinkits and Nevis. Everybody want an extension. Because nobody is sitting pretty. So me and what I want that.
I might get back to that thing to this year if I feel to aggravate but I would also like to aggravate Mr. Jamie Claxton, manager for the Sinkits and Nevis
Uh-huh.
Football Club. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
on. And the director of sport
Anyway, you
football
know.
in news. Well, he's in the Cayman Islands. Big up Mr. Clarkson, lovely country. I think it's the cleanest island I have ever been to. Did you know that we dropped down in the league right now? If you know how English football got like the championship under the Premier League,
Mm,
we is the league under the championship. So
really?
right now we're playing. Right now we're playing against Cayman Islands, BVI. We're playing against some ass teams. We're supposed to beat them teams. Yeah, to try
So
to
it's,
get
so
back
it's
up.
almost like we've been relegated. It's almost like we've been relegated.
Yeah, we are in the bottom league.
Why? Why is that? What happened? What caused us to fall on there?
No,
Other than the fact that we struggling to beat
we
anybody
was
else.
when you come last in your group, then you get relegated, and we somehow found a way to be worse than Saint Martin, and so we get relegated. So I think we're supposed to be playing Cayman and BVI up there.
Mm.
Mr. Clarkson has traveled. Um, me ain't really me only enough. Well, yeah, me only enough football from an entertainment perspective. Okay, and I have no criticisms of the work that Mr. Clarkson has done in the area of football. Um, I yeah, I really have no critique for what he has done with regards to football. I
Well,
I want
the
to talk
truth
about
is,
him and the cricket. Go ahead.
okay. Well, I think from both of us, we don't know the inner workings of the Sinkers News Football Association, so we can't really say much about what he do, what he ain't do, what we think. You know what I mean? And it's just bad that we gone down. You know what I mean? We gone down to another tier. But hey, I mean, when I see some of these guys play, when I see some of the games them man play, I understand why we don't get to it.
Well, I could tell you I'm gonna be watching them. They better believe I gonna be watching them. Um, yeah. Anyway, I talking about the cricket part with Mr. Clarkson. Mr. Clarkson, I feel like you are failing me and failing the island when it comes to cricket and how you're advocating for the game, the development of the facilities and the players um, under your tutelage. But Reese, you're gonna tell me if I'm reasonable with my request, okay? Now, you know, Grove Park traditionally had a fence, right?
Mm,
El Camino with it, Park. Do
yeah.
you know that there has not been a fence in the park from since about 2019?
The fence on the park on the side by the bar,
Yeah,
by the pavilion.
there is no fence. 0%.
Yeah,
Um, do you know that there was a game played in El Camino Willard Park? The Sinkits and Nevis Patriots, who had international players, versus a Sinkits and Nevis team.
no, I didn't know that.
Okay. That happened, I think, 2 weekends ago. That was one of the warm up games.
Okay.
Um, the showers, you could shower them there. The bathroom, them, you could shower them there. The dressing room, them, come on, 25 years ago, maybe. Out of them, um, Cricket West Indies, um, send some people there. I had Sipana in there now, to go view the venue. one of the question what I'm at, the man was like, I gotta push down the pavilion, right? So, I'm gonna start off with defense. Is it reasonable that you think that by now the man should have done put back a fence in the park?
So okay, so let's talk about the whole thing. First thing is
Mm-hmm.
we don't get to the fence, but let me talk about the pavilion and
Right.
dressing room. The whole
Mm-hmm.
building there, the entire thing should get knocked and redone
Indeed.
completely. I mean, I went in there and I don't play cricket. You know what I mean? And I've been into the dressing room and I see some like rat shit and lizard shit and thing on the floor. So you could even tell that it's not being kept, not being cleaned. Right? You know what I mean? And you're gonna tell youngsters they should go in, they're gonna be clean up and stuff, especially when they got them summer camps and thing in the park. Man out there in the hot sun whole day. So that entire thing need to come down. The wood in the pavilion itself, from my memory, some of the wood them also had hole in them. You could look straight down and see the bottoms. So I could think now by now, them thing got to be completely dry rot. They're safe, it's a safety hazard. The entire thing need to knock down. The facilities need to be redone, the showers, the bathroom, everything need to be redone. The fence goes straight along, come down by the bar and then make the corner. Go all the way across with the pavilion them. All of that fence they should have gone back long time ago. And if they use the fence correctly, the fence could have been used as a sponsorship board.
Well, any fence. But right now, I'm telling you, there has been zero. Any bad, you know, normally only the six and then you got to worry about. Even the four and them,
You got to worry about
I
them.
got them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Down by Swanee?
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
also in addition, the reason why I mentioned you had international players there is because them most of all are gonna assess your facilities. And if you had something even half decent, you don't even know if you could get a school come down. And by the way, those have been problematic. I don't have like people come down from like the UK. And you can't even send them up in the dressing room. You're free to send them up in the dressing room. So people, and then if you have female teams come, they got to change right there. So then them can't go up in the dressing room. Yeah. I feel like Mr. Sports Director, you know, after you come back from Cayman Islands, a little break there. Next international break gonna be in October. Take a month and you know start to see what need to by really and truly I could send you by who you need to ask and them and on the list really. But do the political thing, form a committee or a task force or something, and by maybe like next year I could come back with a report with conclusive findings. And then that they could start 2029. That could be ready for the election after the next one. But I want Mr. Clarkson to, you know what I mean? Cause he got two football man in there now to you know. Cause we don't
Mm.
even talk about Eto get a promotion. Eto is now the deputy um sports director.
I didn't
I
know
see.
that.
They know
Congratulations.
that. Yeah, man.
No, I didn't. I did see something about him, but I didn't pay attention to what it was. But I did see something
Yeah.
pop up about him, I just didn't pay attention to what it was.
Eto don't make a post about cricket. So Eto got at least the same amount of posts as Jamaica about cricket. Jamaica only does post about cricket when either sports department they went out come out in cricket tournament. Would say that. Jamaica nothing more going on. Well, I can't like you post a picture about Patriots too. No, you post a picture about Patriots, so I can't like that will happen. But I want my representation in the cricket. I feel like we're supposed to be embarrassed that them man come up there and ain't had no fence and the dressing room is ass and really got to go back down and sink it. The guy, I don't feel like them man coming back no time soon.
They shouldn't.
Really and truly, I feel like the
If that's what they have
CPL,
to go through, then they shouldn't.
yeah, I feel like the CPL really in the last couple of seasons, really, what me see with so movement after watching it a little closer.
Hey, let me ask you a
Like
question.
this,
Jamaica lost the team?
you know, realize the Jamaica team is the Antigua team, no?
Yeah, take a team now. Okay. I was
Yeah,
looking at it, but I wasn't sure.
yeah, Jamaica, and you see that again. That is another thing. I tell her, Jamaica does not care about cricket. And when me say not care, me not say nobody in Jamaica wanna play cricket or like you got elders wanna like the game and so but for Jamaica, then my national sports is football and vibes cartel. Watch out. Football and vibes cartel. Ain't everybody could run. Them man appreciate them and them walk run. But like you might not be able to run fast, but you could play football. So them man believe in a football and vibes cartel. That's them man thing right now as far as sports. What you wanna tell me you don't see the price of the ticket and them for the concert December? In sports cartel going out there though? In a basketball he going out there though? You didn't praise it on me see? Oh my mothers yeah. A dunk that man nigga ain't go dunk from people.
Boy, I don't know what I check it there. I I even been look you see how he could work out if I could have started out, but not for them praise the boy. Not among me spend that kind of money there. Not me.
Oh and you're not
So
going to
me
the bleachers.
me
You're going in at you want to be in at the VIP.
me want be a little decent there. Me can they know bleachers and go and stand and things. So me wait till we reach Bahamas and see the price go down.
No. It's weird and
Me
saying
can
you guys dialogue with all parties involved when it comes to cricket. And I mean on both islands. What's the real issue to tackle to really make some changes and get on a party more than cricket? It's a weird question. Um, in my perspective, Clady, well, from the primary school perspective, I'll be watching cricket in a two different ways. Them man I play tape ball, and I'll be used them I play hard ball. So until you reach a high school, there is no real dialogue to be had with the guys to cricket. And Sinkis I do them thing. Sinkis got um grown in a cannery where first class cricket do play. Sinkis got Warner Park and Sinkis still got Sandy Point. And me think all of them they host games because Sinkis been hold a under 19 World Cup to you know.
mm,
Sinkis hold a under 19 World Cup, right? And no game plan if it's my boy. This is what taking place right now. And I thought when was this? It was like 2019 or something. But like within the last 5 years, Sinkis hold a under 19 World Cup. And me ain't even think like warm up game play in a Nevis. This is what we're talking about. How you gonna put them man to play? Which part you gonna put them man to play? They can't play over VOJ. Ain't gonna bathroom. That is probably the best game in the news right now, but ain't gonna bathroom. So right
mm,
away, that ain't gonna work
can't
out.
play.
And then not only that, you ain't got no dressing room at all. So them man run there with part spectators there. Impossible. Sink has got multiple grounds. Whereas Nevis, ain't happening. And think it's still got the ground over millennium where first class games don't play already too. We can't get one ground. Uh, I believe I believe the man in Taiwan that play cricket, the premier might need to look at the Taiwanese company. No, serious. Taiwan that play some cricket now. Many man understand why we ain't playing them in cricket. Them kind of things is cultural exchanges were supposed to happen. Taiwan they're
Playing.
playing like yeah, they got Asia League.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But
I didn't
up
know.
to up to Cayman Islands they play cricket. I discovered that the other day. Them man had a 10-10 tournament now.
Well, I know the ABC Islands play cricket. Aruba, Cruise, and Barnier.
You see? And New Zealand, give me that
That,
again.
that's why I know they don't play cricket.
Then oh my god, yeah boy, Antigua dead.
Who
Antigua
them
dead
play?
boy. St. Lucia beat them.
Mm. So we should got
Antigua
leadership squad, yeah.
Antigua gonna be last, and St. Kitts and Nevis gonna be second to last.
Sounds about right. Sounds very accurate.
Um, the only thing one me with Adam Pan with regards to what Clady say is there needs to be more national championships with regards to St. Kitts and Nevis. High school, I mean, we just do it with the athletics, but me see why we don't do it with football. Me see why we don't do it with cricket. I don't even see why we don't do it with a spelling bee. That'll be finding out who the best speller be in a St. Kitts and Nevis. We got a manager for the league with an senior team. We had an individual coach in the men's senior league team. So why are we struggling to have real conversation with these individuals? The president of the Navy Street Association and our sports partner, just like the president of the NFA should be having it. Oh, boy, boy, Clay want come here, go talk about why them man don't want to talk to Carlisle Power. I need to explain to Clay why them man ain't want to talk to Carlisle Power. You feel like that's something what me supposed to
Maybe I don't know. But you know, man, tell Clady the truth, no man. Want me to tell Clady the truth?
go on.
And the reason why these conversations don't happen because they don't see no benefit in it. We only have conversations with things that we could see benefit in. We don't see sports as a real avenue to nothing. So we don't see no benefit in it. So we don't invest in it. That's honestly what it is. That's honestly what it is.
I
We don't see no benefit in it.
I feel like that is a huge mistake. Um, the young lady Tiana Liebert, I think she ran the 400 meters. Oh, oh my god! Listen, I don't go hate me if I want to hate me, but I don't say what I don't say. From the 400 meters they want me to see she run, but you know, running go carry you who go get an education. I may tell you, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. That was educational running. I don't know if it's like Miss Lightwood. I see you a lot during the culture armor. I don't know if it's the culture armor take it out of your body. I mean I know, but the elevation like down in a Lima. But my God of mercy. Oh, and me talk about last out of the blocks. Run down somebody, boy, but my God. Whoa. When you go from 8 to 7, so I feel like if the government watching it and they're saying you can't reach nowhere from cricket, From cricket
No,
especially. Go ahead.
no,
What do you mean
ain't.
from
See,
sports?
I ain't talking from that point that the
Oh,
individual can't make it nowhere. I talking they don't see it as a country. There's no benefit for the country itself for the country to invest in it. We're not talking about that's how they and I'll tell you that's what they're looking at it as. There's no benefit for the country. That's how they look at it. That's why
I feel,
they're not invested into it because they don't see a benefit for the country.
and listen, I don't want to trigger you know, right? I just saying what I'm saying. One of the avenues what will help with the crime thing, I would say that the mothers and them getting it right is these young persons having an outlet to do some kind of physical exercise, especially the young man them, especially them what ain't inclined towards the ladies. Them man got to get that testosterone out of them body some kind of way, boy.
No,
Where
I
them man
agree
go,
with you.
yeah.
I agree with you. Like them, we should have avenues for because we don't got a lot of talent, coming out of primary school, we have a lot of talent coming out of primary school, And then once you start to transition into the high school, the talent starts to fade. We need to find out to cultivate the talent and keep the talent going. I totally agree with you.
Um, one of the well, two of the ways. I was looking at a plan. I think this was Canada. That they were talking about how like they got a plan to create athletes essentially. So from a young age, they're teaching them fundamental movements, and they got things where they're doing whereby they're incorporating all of these things so that persons who do have some kind of athleticism have the best opportunity from a young age to start to go towards that and ain't just geared towards the physical. There's also listen, the president of the NFL, anything, anything else, Clady, Clady, president of the Nevis Football Association have to go in his ass, in his picture taking ass. You check it out. You ain't hearing no league play. You know when the last time football playing in Nevis, election been a come. Wow. What been? Premier's Cup. I mean, I said President's Cup. Premier's Cup. This is what taking place. Ain't gonna election me I say ain't gonna election. Ain't gonna football till another election. So maybe I'll be one election in 2024 with you. Cause you got people who are over by the Mondo chap in the park. Wherever I want to play the football. Cause how else I be get to see one another? I'll be go football and I'll be big up one another and I'll be watching the game and I'll be laughing and I'll be go home. And all of them vibes there. Ain't just the players on the field want something more, It's the spectators. You feel like I just want home, I watch computer screen, I watch TV. I want to get over to the house and interact. Oh my god, birds of fly over Mondo chapter. Me forget what you say.
Oh boy.
Listen, usual. Oh yeah, with the athletes then. From what I see taking place down in Lima, in order for us to get our athletes to see this thing more from a career standpoint, we do at some stage have to introduce world standards to the athletes, and if we can them can reach the world standard, that ain't necessarily to say it's over for them, but they might got to reach a regional standard. And what I mean by that is when you look in the 100 meters, for example, or the 4x1. Think it's a Navy saying had nobody in the 4x1. All the big sports what we had just now, he had an under 20 world championship, and me no see nobody in them categories there. And that's because ultimately we wasn't hitting the standards and them necessary. As much as I say me being hash from Miss Liber, she fit the criteria to reach the world standard. She just had a bad race, basically. But until we stop, we got to be realistic about giving the athletes and them as much opportunity to grow, whether it's through regional meets. Them man need to be running thinking in mind of by again run against some people from Antigua. I would like to beat them. And that's how come they say we need to get national championships as many as possible. We need to cultivate competition. And hopefully the iron sharp iron. And because when I look at sometimes Mina like Sadiki Tyson should eventually reach the world championship. You run 10.72 in a high school, you got to be at the world championship, my boy. You have to. So I feel like we go introduce them things there. We go let the athletes and them actually strive not to be the best in a Nevis, but to feel like by me from a Nevis and I could be one of the best in the world. It's the same thing. Look what happened to Julian, Alfred. And speaking of her, for some of the athletes and for some of the persons, one of the things that she said is she had to leave St. Lucia in order to bring back some glory to St. Lucia. For some of the endeavors that y'all want to pursue,
Gotta
you
leave.
might you might make your first dent in a Nevis, but for some of you with the talent what I got, I would encourage y'all,
Gotta go.
boy, try get out of there and big up the country from far. I what? Listen, I could remember for a personal story when my brother get the opportunity to go to England. I was like, what? My boy, you got to go. You got to go. He was getting to play more cricket in a year than what I get to play like for my whole like junior career. You go take them opportunities. Certain opportunities you got to take them. And if them are flashing that they good in a certain things, man, is not that I don't love Nevis. But in order for Nevis to get to the heights, it can't aim to say them man can't visit them. I want them man reach to a position where they could buy a real house. You check? I buy one in Canada down 4 seasons. When them man come back, is a local man staying in the candle. And that I hit him. So as I said the same thing about the youngster was swimming. Man, how you feel about the situation?
Yeah, he gotta go. We don't have the facilities for him. And
Yeah.
he he swam. He didn't do bad. He didn't do horrible. Especially with his age and with development, with time and development, the man can make it super far. But over the beach and Penny's Beach ain't help him right now. He needs to go to the actual facilities.
Mm.
Yeah.
But listen, if he even could go St. Lucia got primary schools what they teach swimming and what got this thing. They got
Yeah,
actual
but
facilities
you
for
know
this
what?
thing.
Me gonna let you. Even more than that, he needs to not just go around to the facilities, but also go around the coaches and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
don't think anyone in the Caribbean gonna help him. Yes, the
Uh,
facility may be in St. Lucia, but the coaching and the mindset, he gonna have to get that from the mainland, from Canada, from France, wherever he have to go to get.
And as we're saying too, it is not that you can represent the country when it is time to represent the country, but with regards to some of the unique skills, um, man, you gotta get out of the country, bro. You
You
can't
know,
do it from here.
I watching this. Well, you know, the Olympics. I watching this film. This guy from France who wrote the Sir Michael Phelps world record. The man says straight up, in America. He went to be coached by Michael Phelps coach. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. You know, you just got to make decisions and move.
I saw a number of the sprinters as well, and even no care how far you might think they're from, you would still end up seeing them in a race with an American, and they're saying, yeah, they were classmates at Texas A&M, and they
Mhm.
competed in
Mhm.
the NCAA's. So, yo, even these countries, they're sending the people to America. They're sending them to actually, they're sending them wherever it is.
Where the opportunities present
And
themselves.
yeah, specialize in that type of thing just in order to
Mhm.
get better. And then, as you say, about you represent your country.
Yeah,
And all is still well. You still a happy one. No care how
yeah,
far
man.
you go.
So, yeah, so
This
I
year,
agree. The youngster need to
this
leave.
this year when whole Tiana still a happy one, even though he got school in maybe Arizona, New Mexico, one of them places, one of them deserts. Yeah, but I hope he reach back America soon, but you know, maybe I'm not gonna leave my girlfriend me. Um,
You wrong with your
I
body.
no, it wasn't sexy. I've been one anytime. I've been one anytime with couple big up. You know this partner. Yeah, you know this partner Anderson Glasgow.
No.
I believe your name, but you might not know that that's what partner name.
And
Mr.
it's very
Glasgow.
possible too.
Yeah, he's a SK man.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a SK
Uh,
man. He does come on with the social commentary.
okay.
He talk about the country. Listen, I just like when I see other content creators in St. Kitts and Nevis who lively. I just send you a video, a partner. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
Oh man,
I'm telling
yeah,
you,
yeah, man, that's why, man, that's why. But I see a couple of times. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I find a YouTube page, so I
yeah,
subscribe to
yeah,
that
yeah.
there. Yeah, I subscribe to that there to
You,
that
you,
self.
you the guy join, you the guy join that thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Definitely. And
yeah,
he
yeah,
there
yeah.
and
Okay.
I hear him and he say, "But listen, I ain't gonna abuse them man 100%, but you better believe I'm gonna abuse them. Better believe I'm gonna abuse them, but it ain't gonna be 100." I like how maybe reasonable with his approach. He gonna give you word, but he not give you more than what you deserve. But Mr. Glasgow keep the content guy. I feel like he's a content machine. I like his
Mm.
vibes. Yeah.
Feel
Um
you.
you know about Paradise Clothing?
Yeah.
I forget who be them man say in charge of Paradise Clothing. But that don't really matter. I feel like when it comes to if I want clothes what got on St. Kitts and Nevis things, and not even St. Kitts and Nevis things, them man got designs. I at some stage in time I'm gonna get away from you people, man. But I just been want big up them little. I see Segi Chucky getting in an accident. Um, Segi, me hope you're alright. That was
God bless
really
her.
and truly, yeah, that was really the man where be your call. 20, what you, if you tell a man the 3 o'clock in the morning, you're on 3 hours of that,
You there?
255, you, what 255, you're going to hear the chopper back up here. Yeah, man, at 3 o'clock you say you want anything. Yeah, man, so I hope the bosses are alright. Um, Somebody else maybe going to be a little big up now, but would say that Iona, I think you had a birthday a couple of days ago. Happy belated birthday. I hope it was well. I know you just do it smartly. So I hope you had a wonderful exchange.
Definitely belated birthday blessings to you. I wanna see the picture and the man saw on Facebook and so you know, look like she fun guy herself, so big up yourself.
Mm. And I would say that I can just end it off by saying I'm happy for my GOAT premiere. I hope that you travel back to Nevis safely this weekend. You don't let nobody make you can enjoy the Mediterranean. Is the Mediterranean sea or is a sea?
Yeah, see.
Yeah. You don't let
Mediterranean Sea.
nobody, yeah. You make sure you're at your toes and them out every day. Every goddamn day. And go see an opera with
Any
Miss
man enjoy
Plantain.
vacation, any man enjoy
Yeah.
vacation, man. Big up yourself.
Come on. Good night, everybody.
Bless.
With myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody